Today is March 7th. It is the commemoration of Bloody Sunday, March 7th, 1965. Peaceful protesters were marching across the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama, going towards Montgomery because they were protesting that a Black man had been killed, and they were also protesting for the right to vote. Now, we shouldn't have had to protest for the right to vote because in the 1860s, the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments had been passed already, which guaranteed that nobody should be denied the vote based on race or gender. However, what we see is that a large portion of the white population of the United States did not want us to vote at all. And so they developed practices and policies that made it so that even though the Constitution said we could vote, they put themselves above the Constitution and didn't allow us to vote. So now 100 years later, in 1965, John Lewis and a number of others are still marching so that we could get the right to vote. And your right to vote is actually, today, it's kind of like a subversive act. You're doing it just because they don't want you to. And if your vote wasn't important, why are they working so hard to keep you from doing it? That begs the question in the first place, why was it that white people never wanted you to vote? Why was it so important to so many white people that you never vote? And why do the rules change after every election? Because they have to inject a bit of confusion in it. So the rules change after every election and make it more difficult for you to be able to vote because the states are allowed to do that. And so here's the question for the day. Why did Bloody Sunday have to become bloody? Who made it bloody? If your vote wasn't important, why is such a large segment of white society determined to make it so difficult for you to do it? As a matter of fact, there's a large section of the white community that doesn't want you to vote at all. And so that's the other question for the day. The other thing I want to point you to is I'm doing a workshop called Who Told You That You Could Vote? It's going to be next Tuesday, March 12th at 7 o'clock. You can find it on Eventbrite. And I want to see you there because this is not just about when did you get the right to vote. This is about why have we been fighting so long and why is it always the same people, century after century, decade after decade, who actually get to say who can vote and who can't? That's the bigger issue for us. So join me. Who told you that you could vote? March 12th, 7 o'clock. You can register on Eventbrite. I'll see you there.